Now the competition for handles in China is too fierce. Many new handles are taking a comprehensive route and stacking without blinking. The various functions are evenly distributed. But if you mention FPS competitive like a controller, it is estimated that the first thing that most old players think of is the last general. After all, the Rainbow 2 Pro was too beautiful back then, so this time I heard that it was difficult to give birth. When VeloClocor 2, which has been nearly half a year, is finally coming, I immediately asked them for an FPS controller with the blessing of industrial technology. Will it be the fastest handle this year? Open the package. Except for the handle, there are also new flash receivers, 2 pairs of replacement sticks, a D-pad that replaces the disc, a manual and braided data cable. This time, VeloClocor 2 has released a total of 2 versions, blue and white and gray and white. The difference is the joystick. The blue and white color is equipped with a carbon film joystick. Off-white is the TMR joystick. In terms of color scheme, I prefer blue and white. This palmware ring is orange and looks great with it. In addition to the regular function keys on the front, the 4 buttons of red burst and key change configuration are all gathered below. There are 2 expansion buttons and a row of charging contacts on the back. But what I currently get is not a charging base. It is estimated that the top should be added after that. In the middle is a Type-C port on both sides. There are 2 small pointed keys, and the handle castrates the headphone jack. Most people don't need it either. Not particularly big. RGB didn't do too fancy, only a logo-shaped home button. But the 2 short light strips above are relatively clean overall. It's also quite a regular design. Do you like the appearance of VeloClocor 2? If it is a perfect score, how many points can you give? Focus on the feel. The grip is very large. Almost all the places that can be held by both hands are coated TPE material, and the texture is very delicate. Compared with ordinary sunburn, the coating is lighter and more comfortable. But it's no secret that this material is more prone to dander and dust, especially in the rocker hat. Students who care can clean the mold often. It looks very generous, but it actually weighs only 244 grams. Just the right grip. The action button is micromotion and conductive glue can be fast. The trigger also increases the feedback feel, and the trigger force is relatively light and long. It doesn't get tired when pressed. The back of the hand button is a lot upgraded from the first generation. Not only did the electric height treatment, a little anti-slip pattern is also added. At the same time, the pressure is also more labor-saving. The flight continued the VeloClocor 1 or moved slightly without double cutting. It can only be said that the last general really wants to make a pure FPS cake. So there is no double cut for many pure FPS players. In fact, it is an advantage, and the last general's family also listened to the persuasion of the flight to finally change the flat value. It's not as warped as the first generation, and you won't accidentally touch it when you press the small tip. Finally, why do you want to put the tip? Finally, I understand. But this time the micro movement is really good to press it indirectly. It triggers very quickly. The feedback is also crisp. There is a certain cushioning, and the formation increases the feel. It is said that the last general uses the structure of the X-lever springing arm with micro movement. It can ensure that the trigger force on the outside, middle, and inside of the sharp key is consistent. We can take a look at it when we disassemble the machine later. In general, the feel of the VeloClocor 2 has improved a lot of mechanics compared to the previous generation. The press is quick and comfortable. A lot of detailing was done. Problems such as accidental touch are avoided. Next, look at the algorithm. Tune the joystick out of the factory. The default 12% of the middle depth can be adjusted by software, and the zero depth mode can be adjusted through the software. You can also directly press FN and the left and right joystick keys to switch. Let's draw a circle left and right. The rockers are all about 2.8%. With the blessing of StarFlash technology, the joystick in wired wireless mode can be seen. The return rate has reached the level of 2000 Hz. There is no water at all. The waist rod is 4096 level sampling accuracy, that is 2000 level resolution. Probably because of the prototype, there is no firmware update either. The average resolution we measured can reach more than 1000. The aero values are evenly distributed. However, this performance is still very strong at this stage. In addition, the last general also made a core adjustment to the joystick. It can make the speed of moving forward, backward, left, and right the same speed. In this way, the drift feel in all directions will be more balanced. In addition, when testing the trigger vibration, it is made of a handle resonance effect. Don't worry about trigger vibration. Students can try some games. All the data looks like a U and other sounds. So how exactly is it used? After playing Apex for a while, the first feeling is to stabilize the Starlink. There is no delay. The rocker is too silky, very heavy. FPS players can feel that kind of stability, and the other is fast. The micro-movement trigger fired very fast. Continuous stimulation can be felt better. It is no exaggeration to say that I even have a sense of shame to throw away. The controller supports PC Android OS Switch platform. When connecting wirelessly, you need to long press the Starlight receiver for the first time. Button and handle mode. The key is still adapted in terms of pairing software. Finally, the assistant can adjust the joystick. Curve mapping, key vibration dynamics, and opening simulated body rods, etc. You can even switch to PS mode. Then make a selection that is not long. In this way, in the presets of the Apex controller, the boundary interface will change to the PS book title. There were no problems with testing and gaming experience. Let's finally take a look at the dismantling of the workmanship materials. 1000 mAh large capacity battery in addition to the direction. The keys are mechanical switches, and the rest of the buttons are all triumphant micro-movements. The joystick is the same Alpine carbon film as Sony. The rocker motor is an asymmetrical rotor motor battery. The motor and PCB motherboard are connected by sockets. The workmanship is very neat. There is no problem, focus on the sharp keys. It does use an X-lever structure with a spring in the middle. Don't worry about the longevity problem. In terms of workmanship and materials, the last general really gave a lot of surprises. After the overall evaluation, I think the final VeloClocor 2 can indeed hold up a very good competitive controller. With the blessing of Star Production, the double 2000 Hz return rate is the ultimate sense of tuning. Like an old driver, fast and steady. The fully mechanical keys feel very comfortable in the hand. As for the non-linear triggers, everyone's needs are different and may have different opinions. In addition, players who mainly play 3A games can wait for the TM2 joystick. At present, the pre-sale price of the Temo joystick is 359 yuan. Still more sincere, for heavy players, at this price, pre-selling a good FPS controller is really not a loss.